Ever wondered what makes TV so powerful in Jamaica? Time to find out. Welcome to Global TV Group 358, where television meets innovation. We're not just about shows, we're about shaping society. In Jamaica, TV keeps you informed, connects diverse voices, and supports democracy. Imagine a Jamaica where broadcasters unite, sharing data and collaborating globally. That's us, a unified voice in the TV industry. Did you know TV advertising is still king? It drives website traffic, boosts brand equity, and powers integrated campaigns. Even in an age of digital, TV stands strong, resilient in tough times. Our global TV deck is your treasure trove of insights and data. With charts, graphs, and success stories, it's your guide to impactful TV advertising. Curious to learn more? Visit our website and see how Global TV Group 358 keeps television at the heart of entertainment in Jamaica. Get ready to binge watch the future.
God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Not a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rob and cheat, and not press the floor. Make up what I seen to. Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. Big man throw one stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Big man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead that can sell out Rasta and sell out. I sell out Babylon. Yes, stop on the Friday. You might throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing. You might throw a stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let him see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he leave from the prison and take the seat of the president. Stone one. Big man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black big man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rasta man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
How can you differentiate running a country from politics? How can you separate government and politics? How can you separate the handling of this disaster, the government and politics? Don't bring the politics in it, they say. But when it is about defending the prime minister, it seemed not to be politics. It seemed to be politics, though, when we question the government and hold the government accountable. I am going to address Donna Gowe this morning and the whole $10 million issue. No, I'm not going to address her on the no food, no ID issue. I'm going to address her on the $10 million issue, on the separating politics from the disaster. And if she could give us some advice as how to separate politics from the disaster with a government that we see handling things dismally unprepared, yet Donna Gowe and her audience think that Andrew Holness is doing an awesome job. Good morning and welcome to Global TV. Thank you all for joining us this morning. Hope you have what weekend should I say? Because I don't think we can have an amazing weekend given what is happening in our country. But I myself, I had a weekend where I had a lot of sleep to defrog my brain of all the clutter from the disaster and the dismal handling of it. How can we take politics out of it when a government refuses to tell us how much dead bodies are around the country? How can we take politics out of it when there's a looming public health disaster? How can we take politics out of it when up until now we haven't seen government done anything meaningful for shelters? We see where people on the ground are calling for food and water. That seems to be getting through now, mainly by charities. However, there's a mass homelessness. There's a mass shelterlessness that the Prime Minister and the government has not catered to. Shelters have to shut down because of lack of preparedness and lack of sustenance. Take the politics out of it. Maybe they can advise us. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Honodo. Thank you all for joining us. Morning, everybody. Morning, all. David Jarvis TV. Good morning. How are you all doing? Maxine Cummins, Marcia Thomas, Muriel King, ABR News TV. Morning, sis. How you doing? Welcome. Lynette Jenkins, Yvonne Johnson, Colleen, Miranda Roddick, Marjorie Lewis, Yvonne Johnson, Joan Bailey, Annie Jones, Empress Deb, good morning. Barbara Robinson, good morning all. Good morning. Joan Darkins, good morning. Colin, good morning. Welcome everyone, good morning. Now, I happened to pass over TikTok yesterday and see Donna Gowe having her panel debate. Donna Gowe and her audience and make all of us out to be liars in relation to the $10 million that Andrew Holness spoke about. Now, in this new age of media, when you're running a panel discussion, you ought to be knowledgeable, semi-knowledgeable on the issue that you are paneling, which for them yesterday was the $10 million, where everybody, Andrew used and rubbed everybody the wrong way. Donna Gowe and her audience make it out that we are all lying. The $10 million is an additional support to the MP, them will already get a $20 million, which is the constituency development fund them I talk about. We don't have nothing to do with this. For clean up. Bear in mind, the Prime Minister stood in our Parliament and told us it will be an MP-driven program. The 6 constituencies, that 6 parishes that are badly affected, each MP will get $10 million for building support. Now, if Donna Gowe don't listen what's going on in a Parliament, she can at least go read one Gleaner article before she have a panel discussion and come out here and propagate lie. The same Donna Gowe where tell we say we and make it bad when we bring politics in it. The same Donna Gowe sit down there and make it out that the $10,000 is for cleanup. Them further spew the narrative that the insurance money is to fix back the infrastructure of the country. That's Andrew Holness' responsibility. Andrew Holness not responsible for people's house with damage. So that means that Donna and our audience don't understand content insurance. But still, they're having a panel discussion celebrating and protecting the Prime Minister's wickedness, cruelty, and incompetency. Even the Gleaner article, Donna Gowe, you can go read it. But the Gleaner editorial, I call out the government and him lack of preparedness, lack of do and everything. So I don't know how come the same Donna go and come out here, come lecture. We hold politician to account as making things bad. But the same Donna Gowe come out here and spew narrative that Andrew Holness is doing an awesome job. Aren't you ashamed of saying that when what the world know you for is to do good? You coming out here saying that you lack credibility based on the amount of people where we see you use charity and take out a homelessness. But you same one, when Andrew have almost half of the country homeless or half of Western Jamaica homeless, Andrew is doing an awesome job. But when we call out the government lack of, we shouldn't bring politics into it. So what it is that you are doing when you sit down on your platform and you spew these uneducated narrative, uninformed, more rather, narrative, because you don't even watch where you're going in a Parliament. You don't even pick up a Gleaner article, Donna Gowe, and read it. But still you're having panel discussion. I tell we where Andrew Holness said the $10 million for you and your audience them. All right, Donna Gowe. Like how uno in the dunceness, we in a educating people over here. For Donna Gowe and her audience, which think the $10 million is for clean up, even if you never hear, uno could go read, uno could ask Google, uno could ask AI. But uno still come out and make we look lie and political without even seem to understand. Say I spread lies and misinformation. You don't even understand, Donna. Say I spread lies and misinformation. And the same politics that you're asking us to take over it, take out of it. It's what you wedge into it in your panel discussion. Something where you nor your audience either lie deliberately about it, or you are so all uninformed that you never heard what the Prime Minister said, you never heard it out of the Prime Minister's mouth in Parliament, and you all couldn't bother to even go and read an article. Let Donna Gowe and our audience listen what the $10 million is for and how far that $10 million could reach based on the devastation we saw across the country. It's hypocritical. Even if the $10 million was for cleanup, what do you think $10 million can do when the whole of St. Elizabeth, the whole of Black River have to knock down and creep up? You think that's easy money? The whole of Fly Green constituency, the whole coastline, just let's focus on the coastline alone in Fly Green constituency. Fly Green constituency span a coastline from Cheddar Beach, from Great Bay, Cheddar Beach, come all the way down to Black River, Brompton. Just the coastline alone. $10 million could not solve the problem of structural damage to property within my community alone. It couldn't even meet the need of my community alone. If Donna was somebody who deploy our knowledge, Donna was just there to building construction couple moons ago, should have known that $10 million is petty change when it comes to building and repair our infrastructure, housing repair in Jamaica, given what we saw happen on the ground. Petty change. But Donna said we play politics. Donna said we make it bad by bringing politics into it. But the same Donna Gowe use our platform to tell lie and support the abuse of the Jamaica people, the abuse of the Jamaican purse. Donna have not noticed that ADPEM will have the responsibility to be leading on this is in total disarray at the moment. A government unprepared for what we should have prepared for. A government that has failed to act in the aftermath. Donna say he's doing an awesome job. Oh, no wicked so people. Donna go, oh, you wicked so. I thought it was about poor people. I thought it was about poor people. I didn't know it was about your prime minister's legacy. How you wicked so, woman? Where is the awesome job that Andrew Holness is doing? How you so wicked? Listen to how far the $10 million can reach.
Prime Minister said he's giving Zelika just $10 million to help with housing. He's giving the MPs in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, St. James, Manchester, $10 million each. That makes sense, Obi?
I can see Galika. I can see Nikisha Burchell. I can see Ian Hills. I can see Dayton Campbell pull out the ear, literally pulling out the hair out of their head. I can see other members of other countries.
As much as Fly Green not care, Fly Green would be pulling out his hair as well. Who Fly Green are going to use that $10 million help without it fall into politics and don't care? Because how far it can reach with $10 million when a whole constituency has been battered? Probably 90% of the roof in a Fly Green constituency gone. All of them buildings on the coastline have structural damage. $10 million. And them say, and Andrew Holness responsibility, the insurance money. The insurance money have to fix back the infrastructure of the country. Tell Donna and our people themselves to go look at how content insurance work. This is a content insurance for your country. The Prime Minister is getting 150 million from the World Bank. 90 million from the Caribbean fund. 90 million, he might get 121 million payout, and one for the flooding and one for the wind breach or something, but are two different criteria we meet in the CRIF. So we get a $21 million payout and a $21 million payout and another $70 million payout, plus the 150 million from the world, from the thingy there. The people of Jamaica, you cannot have an insurance for Jamaica without the people of Jamaica involved in it. So I get 21 million under the excess rainfall perimeter insurance policy with CREF. That brings the total, hold on. CREF initially indicated on October 31st that Jamaica tropical cyclone policy would trigger a record payout of 70 million due to damage caused by the Category 5 hurricane. Then on Thursday, it says Jamaica would also receive another 21 million under its excess rainfall perimeter insurance policy with CREF. That brings the total triggered to 91 million. Plus the 150 million catastrophe bond. That's not for the Prime Minister to become rich out of Donna Gowe. It's for the people, it's to rebuild Jamaica, the infrastructure or schools or road or health care, to rebuild our damaged home, to rebuild back our marketplace and our town centers, and repair or rebuild our town centers. That's what the money is for. Content insurance, Donna Gowe, covers all the content in your home. Content insurance covers all the content in your home. And that's what this covers. All the damages caused by Hurricane Melissa. That's what the catastrophe bond and the CREF bond covers.
Prime Minister said he's giving Zelika just $10 million to help with housing. He's giving the MPs in St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, St. James, Manchester, $10 million each. That makes sense, Obi?
I can see Galika. I can see Nikisha Burchell. I can see Ian Hills. I can see Dayton Campbell pull out the ear, literally pulling out the ear out of their head. I can see other members of other constituencies literally tearing out the ear out of their head in frustration when the Prime Minister talk about 10 million. To do what?
But Obi, why them never tell the Prime Minister, say, man, take your $10 million and go put it in sun no shine? What $10 million can do?
You mean they should borrow the phrase that Clifton used, like to use on radio when he tell people to go and shove things where sun not shine? They should do it to the Prime Minister.
But Obi. All right, a 2-bedroom house, bathroom, kitchen, living room, and veranda. The entire roof come off. How much can you give that person to say, put on back your roof? How much? Conservatively. 300,000, 400,000, 500,000.
Colin, the cost of lumber alone, I don't think that roof will basically cost anywhere. A simple roof. We're not talking about anything fancy. I don't think a simple roof can basically be replaced by anything under $500,000.
All right, so let's say $500,000. It's so much people that can help. It's 20 people that, you know. It's 20 people that Prime Minister. Yeah, idiot.
Right?
What kind of
And-
that them thing I'm vexed with the opposition about, you know? Because I hear Wave Lions tell him say it can't work.
Yes.
But I had expected more people to be more vociferous. You can't, maybe you could have offered Isaac that to East Portland, which would not be adequate. But let's say you say East Portland, say $10 million, you go see who you can assist. And as me say at 500,000 and 20 people that, so in my division alone upon the fellowship division, that done?
You know, or you said to them, say, listen, here what happened. Let's say we cost 500,000.
You see 300,000.
We will meet you halfway. You know, you may have family member, you may have this and so on, and you try and see how you can come together.
So you give them 250?
You give them 250.
And 40 people that. 40. 40. And the Campbell tell us a 2,000 house totally destroy. We are giving man $10 million for do.
An awesome job, she said the Prime Minister is doing. I would like them to show me what a horrible job looked like. I would like Donna Gowe to show us what a horrible job looked like, given how we saw private people were able to get to people that government keep telling us is marooned. How we saw the outpouring of support from vloggers, entertainers, influencers to community 8-9 days after. Communities that are saying we have not seen anybody from government yet, Labour and PNP. We have not seen anybody from politics, both sides of the coin. The government still can't get to those people. So much international support come into the country. And the government used Pernell Charles' office to create a bottleneck without the support of charities and private people that have died for hunger and thirst. That's not their concern. When we talk about that, we're making it bad by bringing politics into it. The same government that we watch collected tons and tons of resources from the international community. Generators donated in hundreds by the international community, which the Prime Minister is loaning. When you loan something, as we understand in English, loaning something normally come with a fee in it. They never say lend. Lend and loan are two different something. Lend, you return possibly with interest. Loan, you generally pay a fee. Which one is it, Prime Minister? I'm confused. Them not see them sitting there as a problem. People who their entire livelihood are swept away from under their feet. Then go and have to get JP, police, and pastor verification. Forget the borrow one of them generator there. For open back them liquor shop, for serve the community and to rebuild their lives. Then those are awesome jobs they're describing from the Prime Minister. A Prime Minister at the same time profiteering off of the people of Jamaica. Where are the other hundreds of generators? When the Prime Minister only loan out 50, and we know say Spain and Japan and which other country send a whole heap of generator to help the people in the worst hit zone. Well, unu now go bring services to for a while. Unu no see no problem with that. When we talk about that, is because we're bringing politics into it. But you see, one cannot use your platform to say what the $10 million is for without even reading what it could be for. You never even look. We're going in a parliament, you know. You never even take up a newspaper and read. But then you come out on your panel discussion and protect your prime minister, spewing a lot of political lies and narrative. And then we who call out the prime minister, we who question the government, we who question the incompetences of the government, we bring politics into it. Put on your thinking cap, Donna, Gowe. Beryl just gone last year, July. Last year, July, Beryl just gone. A hurricane that caused us a lot of damage, an awful lot. Our government should have been in a height of readiness with what they learn from Beryl to put in place measures to make sure we don't make the same mistakes again. Of course, the catastrophe is worse. The respondo to the catastrophe is even worse. The response to the catastrophe is even worse. Globalists, I'm going to play music and join the family group because my brother is calling from Jamaica. Bear with me.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone, and it pick a bad feeling to all wicked men. That's a people there. Make a man throw one stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear not hear. Instead of that, they only sit aside and rub and cheat, and not press the poor. Make up what I seen him. Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan! Make him a throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. My favorite part: if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out and sell out Babylon. They give man throw and stone, and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man throw and stone.
Thank you very much for holding on and welcome back. I'm not saying Donna doesn't care about poor people. Her work shows that she does. Her political bias, though, and love for her prime minister trumps over everything. That is what the problem really is. Her blind love and blind loyalty for her prime minister trumps over her care for poor people. It's not that she doesn't care. Her work shows us that she cares. The problem is the blind loyalty. No problem in she having her blind loyalty to her prime minister. Don't lecture us though. Don't come out here, come lecture us. Who cares about poor people more on the thieving labor rights and the wicked PNP them? Not all of us are diehard political cronies. Of course, we may have our political preferences. I'm not one that walks with the blind loyalty behind anybody. So don't come out here and lecture me about politics when you refuse to read or inform yourself and then jump into host in a political debate, spewing lies and narrative about the $10 million Donna Gowe. And to top it off, spewing the narrative that the Prime Minister is doing an awesome job. Which part, Donna Gowe? Which part? You see the Prime Minister do an awesome job. The Prime Minister don't even tell us how much people dead yet. The Prime Minister have not got one concern about the public health concern of carcasses across the country. There's communities still under flood water to the roof, and we have not heard one concern of the government. What is awesome about what the government is doing? People are hungry, people are thirsty, people are shelterless. What is awesome about that? Even shelters are closed that are meant to be housing homeless people at the moment. What awesome job is it that you're all talking about? So make we do our politics, Donna, and you do your protecting of your prime minister. Same way you can come out, come protect the prime minister. Same way you can come out, come, you and your panel, come make it look like we're like Andrew or we hate Andrew. Why you don't go pick up on the newspaper and read? The newspaper, if you never listen in a parliament, go back in a parliament, go listen. The record is there. You can go listen how the Prime Minister explained the $10 million and what it is for. Or you can just go read one Gleaner article which will save you more time. Just go read a newspaper article which will save you more time. That will give you an understanding of what the Prime Minister said the $10 million is for. Rather than come out here and make yourself look like fool, spreading such narrative about the Prime Minister said $10 million is for clean up. Clean up where? When did you hear the Prime Minister said that? Who no hear say if you clean up, but you never hear say if you building support? Who no hear when he say if you clean up? But you never hear when him say if you building support. So which part you listen and which part you read? That's the same politics you out here lecture with Donna Gowe. So when we bring politics into it and make it worse. All because we question your leader. All because you realize that your leader have failed in public. Why you think ADPEM should be readjusting itself in the middle of the worst disaster? The organization tasked with leading us is in a shambles, is looking for staff, top brass is resigning, people are being reassigned, it's been taken out of Desmond McKenzie and put back into Andrew. You don't see them something there? You don't see them something there? While they should devise way of how we get out of this thing, or how we rebuild ourselves. There's a scrabble at the moment for power at the top of ADPEM. There's years of lack of funding and incompetency as to why we see the relief effort is going so dismal. It is why we see the entertainers, vloggers, and influencers, and TikTokers, and YouTubers doing a better relief than the government is. You know, see them something there, Donna? You don't see the amount of chuck with Spice go down there with, say, that's more than $10 million. You never see? Don't think you can use on a mega platform them out here and beat down nobody or chastise nobody and own any narrative out here because I'm not bright enough to keep up with this year narrative. Yeah. This year narrative is for people who read, research, and listen. This year enough for people who take carry or bring come and paint as facts because that's what you are doing at the moment. You just get up labor right on your platform to spew bullshit. It's literally what you're doing, Donna Gowe. You just get up labor right on your platform to spew bullshit and tell lies. Lies that you're agreeing and admitting to. Lies that I don't even think you're aware of what you're agreeing to. Enough of the bullshit. Don't come out here, come lecture we. So we make it bad when we bring politics into it. When you do one of the worst thing, because you group up Andrew Holness, crony them on your platform to tell lies and not to adjust the thing as it is. Where did the Prime Minister Donna Gowe spoke about cleanup with the $10 million? Where? We don't need to come out here, come tell me where, when the Prime Minister said that. When did the Prime Minister told us that the $10 million was for cleanup? Come back out here, come tell me, because that the narrative want to push last night. And that the dunce narrative want to push last night. When Parliament record is there for you to go back and listen to. Various articles have written out there that you could go and read. Yes, me know say your loyalty blind. Yes, me know your audience them blind and dumb. No. You have to pay attention to people them like Donna. It's an agenda. The agenda is not about the people of Jamaica, Jackie. The agenda is to protect the Prime Minister's cruelty against the people of Jamaica. And I will not let them spew that narrative and don't call them out. Donna know what she's doing. Because the same place where they hear the Prime Minister say have to clean up, they couldn't go back, they go here where the Prime Minister actually said the $10 million for. This is how labor rights, when them know say Andrew fail dismally, them run out with them big platform and tell a lot of lies. Donna tell a lot of lies in a general election. Donna stood on her platform and support Andrew Holness, judge and make a policy. These people are wicked to poor people because through them up there and them now get the abuse from government. Them can't put themselves in somebody else's shoes. Them can't see people, communities and livelihood ravish, but them still appeal the narrative that the government have no responsibility to the people when they host damage. The government responsibility is to school, hospital, road, light and water and them something there. Do you have a content insurance? Do you understand how a content insurance works? Donna can't just get away with pushing the dunceness them and the lie and left them in a people mind just so. If Donna run panel, Donna have a duty to go and inform herself. You don't run panel discussion on politics from an ignorant or uninformed position, Donna Gowe. At least read. Or at least take the time to sit down and listen we're going in a parliament because of what we hear in there, that we are talking about. So if you come out here and protect your government from rubbish and lie, somebody if you call you out. When you keep putting things in perspective, context, and correct individual in their place when they believe they have forgotten away. No, what Donna is doing is dangerous to people's mind. There's a lot of dunce out there. And there's a lot of people out there that listens to us in the media and believe what we say without going to research on it themselves. It's a massive problem. And this is why you see a lot of the people in social media have blind loyalty to vloggers just like they would have to politicians. Because what their politicians or their favorite vlogger tells them, they take it hook, line, and sinker and refuse to even go and research it. That's the narrative that Donna Gowe spread and leave out there last night in a lot of people's head who don't understand, who just take the chop change from yourself and this up on social media and don't even take the time to watch what happens in Parliament or to read certain Gleaner article to understand what is reporting and what they're reporting, unbiased though they are. So to leave that narrative out there, that the Prime Minister, the Prime Minister has no responsibility to assist those whose property were damaged, is a misguided narrative which we must correct because that's a lie. The insurance also covers Jamaicans who have their property damaged in hurricane. To spread the narrative that the $10 million given to MP is an addition to the $20 million constituency development fund, which has nothing to do with the two, is an additional to assist their cleanup, is another lie. The Prime Minister said nothing of that, Donna Gowe and your audience. The Prime Minister said nothing of that. He said, though, the $10 million is an MP-driven program. The $10 million building support is an MP-driven program for the 6 worst hit parishes and the other parishes, $5 million. What about that one I never hear? When you host a panel discussion, you have a duty to host such a discussion from an informed position, not from a blind loyalty position. All right? Enough of Donna Gowe. Now, the Prime Minister and encroachments quick to run out and say the video from this young man is a lie. No. Of probability issue, on the balance of probability, whose story carry more truth than not? The government and him apparatus run out and say it is a lie. But on the balance of probability, given how lie the government is, how much time the government have lied to us, I will give the benefit of doubt to the young man who told us, who went home to look for his ID, albeit an old driver's license, and came back. I am going to give him the benefit of the doubt because this is a government that has proven himself time and time and time and time and time again to lie to us. The Prime Minister and his government regularly lies to us in Parliament. So to run out and say it's a lie, you don't require ID, I'm not hastening to believe the government's narrative. because the government always have skewed up narrative. I'm still of the view that I support what this young man said. I stand to be corrected, but I will not be swayed by a corrupt, incompetent, cruel government's narrative. I cannot be. Given how atrocious this thing has been handled, given how reckless, given how the Prime Minister approached the whole situation without any sympathy or empathy. Now, I hear a lot of people screaming of the government wanting our children to go back to school in the areas that are not worse, badly affected. I do support that. I think we should get our children back into education as soon as possible. The questions we ought to, the conversation we ought to be having is the children in those 6 worst hit parishes. How soon can the government get them back into the classroom? Because online learning won't be possible for them for a very long time. It's about how soon we should be asking the government, can you get our children in the worst hit zone into school? Despite the disaster, we have to still maintain their education. We have to still maintain their awareness. It's psychologically as well, I think it would be beneficial for them going back into the school community, interacting with their peers more than just be languishing in the community without any proper access to facilitate home education and all of that. So the conversation is, how soon can the government get our children in the worst affected areas back into education? Given where our Jamaica is, we can't afford to lose any knowledge base, any knowledge time right now. The sooner we get them back in education, it possibly may be better for their mental health, interacting with their peers and all of that, more than just be in the community day in, day out, waking up to the destruction, going to bed with it. At least that time, those hours during in education could be a distraction from the stress, the hopefulness, the despair, and all of that. So I think the conversation ought to really, how soon we can get them back in school. But I'm not hasting to believe anything coming from a government who have no humanity, no honesty, a government that lies on a day-to-day basis, a government who came to the press conference and lie about how well they are handling the disaster. The government, the Prime Minister have helicopter can bring him around the country, but we still can't get food to some people around the country. And they say the Prime Minister is doing an awesome job. The Prime Minister is really interested in a education per se. I'm interested in a more he more have an interest in indoctrination rather than education. But we need to get our children back into learning. What we mustn't do is allow the government to languish out those 6 parishes and have with children them in a docile state. If we look at the return to school after the pandemic, we're just going down the hill. So we don't need to slide that way there. Getting our children back into school for me right now is important. Otherwise, we don't want them come ghettoized with children them. Because we don't want the government left with children them to be ghettoized. You understand? I left them to be groomed by the gangs. We can't afford that. The better option would be getting them back into education as soon as practicable possible.
And came back, and it came with food this time. But to collect, we all have to have ID and the TRN. However, I don't know where is my ID, and I hear a lot of people complaining that they don't know where is theirs. I'm currently searching the house to find it. I don't know where to find it. From the storm, I haven't seen my ID. So I have a picture. Hopefully it can work. I don't know. Rain a fall, and if you see the amount of people outside in the rain trying to get aid right now, and I'm wet, wet till water drip. Rain a fall right now as me speaking, fall hard. I find the paper where this is my old driver's license. Hopefully this can work. I me walk with. Alright, so the line I go line up in it, I don't have a proper ID in our TRN, but we still do it, I say things so. One other copter land out on the front out there, so. My phone all of them. I never think no time in my life I would ever see something like this. So it seems when everybody go and get package, me them I say 65 package forward. And about 50 issue out already. And the line there is still long. But they're going to watch what going. Alright, so the food done. And then top take sign up. So we don't know when they're gonna come again. I did see something drop off out of the copter when it fly away back. So I one of my friend I walk and look for it. See where the power open land one. Come on. I looking for seat, but we not find it. So I go go me out there. I'm not even going to stop the crowd because they say the food is done, but there's a lot of crowd still there. I stood in the line for about an hour and a half. And nothing. So I go still, some of the people that get through actually did more in need than me and then give the elders them priority. And I really like that as well because we as the stronger person, we can step out and make it work. So apart from dropping water and food, they also came in the village and they went around and they cut down a few trees from some fence of some houses and in the community overall. And we want to say thanks for the help. It makes it so much easier for us.
It's the first time in my living memory a natural disaster in a country and there's no official death toll, there's no correct death toll, because the official death toll given to us by the government is not the correct death toll. The official death toll and the correct death toll is two totally different things. Now, we heard Dayton Campbell stood in Parliament and count 25 people across his constituency that died during the hurricane. We were told of people in Westmoreland who they have to bury them because they are decaying. We're told the same thing in St. Elizabeth as well. Have we had any words from the government on this matter? I can't remember, even though I kind of lost interest in following their press conference. I won't lie to you, because there is nothing substantial or new coming out of the press conference, and I'll tell you why. If you look back at some of the questions asked of them, particularly by Dean Jackson Miller, Dean Jackson Miller questions directed to the aftermath of Melissa, and they went straight back to the preparedness of Melissa, which they didn't even get right. Because while all of that preparedness were going on with it, we are fully prepared, ADPEM was in disarray, a fight between bureaucrats, technocrats, and politicians, which came out in the open, because we see the Prime Minister have to take it back on their arm. We see the Prime Minister have to reassign this have to resign, and this put it. It's in total disarray. That very organization were meant to be leading us in this galangin. Wednesday morning, I appeal to the government. This is something different. Cut the bureaucracy and loosen up the country so we can all get this thing done together. What the government rather done is uses Colonel Charles' department to create a bottleneck, and therefore the whole process is lingering to nowhere and the people are not getting any support. The three basic among them: food, shelter, and water. And these people still come out and tell you about Andrew do an awesome job. And one with a walk we head, one with a walk on and nod on by if you say Andrew's doing an awesome job for you. You don't know the difference of awesome and awful? Do you know the difference between awesome and awful? Don't get on my nerve, yeah? But we must continue to hold this government to account. We shouldn't let them say, oh, it's disaster, we should unite. It's the government uniting. The government have the opposition at arm's length. The private sector come out and advise the government. Is the government really doing what the private sector says? Because if the government took the approach that the opposition and the private sector or civil society is saying, this bottleneck approach by the government, where you still can't access maroon the areas, can't you? People are still seeing Dog and Jankro, PMP councillors and labor right councillors. Come here, Dog and Jankro. That one of Dog and Jankro, you know. Don't get it twisted. Oh, no, somebody. And the whole of we know that all them we are pretend so now somebody. We know so now Dog and Jankro. Next year, February, will be or ought to be local government election if Andrew Holness permits. You see the same crevice and corner them. We uno can't find out uno now work in a. And them same crevice and corner there. Uno go find, they go pull out the votes. Andrew Holness, just couple moons ago, at 2 o'clock a morning, Andrew the pan road, when Andrew gather up vote. Pan dot, DUT dot, Andrew Holness all cover 5, 6 or more constituency in a one day, multiple parish in a one day. See it there now, the same junk them and dog shit them, Labour Right and PNP, all of them have problem get to it now. Wait until election time come and see how they can cross over any and everything get to it. Because one of the people don't want to wake up. This blind loyalty won't have to PNP and Labour Right. This blind loyalty won't have to PNP and Labour Right. I mean, I will see if when today or Monday, if when they come back to Parliament tomorrow, if PNP now go raise hell over the $10 million for building support. Because even though Mark Golden suggests $50 million as a start, not $50 million the package, $50 million as a start, and we see what else we have to throw in as we go down the road. Andrew one arms up the whole country. Where is the national unity that what them call for? When Babsy prepare our concert for young boy Hall or down Panzink, before Babsy arrange a national day of prayer with thieving pastor like Harold Blair and the others. A them thing they make fit talk about. Me no make fit party chain politician. Because if they come here can't shit, them go shit up themselves. You understand? If politicians come here, not being potty chained by their party or wherever they might come from, they're going to shit themselves up. Me know they have to potty chain Labour, and me know they have to potty chain PNP. That's not my job. We, the people, pay Labour and PNP handsomely, 300%. So me know they have to look after them. I mean, they have to glorify them. That is the failure of the Jamaican. Because we see our party people talk. When they talk to camera, them still protect flight green. Yes, they might do it. I don't go flight green one care about we, but he turn up with KFC and on the back of Chinese massacre Shaggy and others. But when you listen to party people in front of the mic, I don't go Mr. Green, other than Mr. Green, nobody no care about we. What has Mr. Green done though? What is the blind political loyalty? That's why Holy Pound now go get no help. Because on we suffer fool gladly just for protect on the politicians. What a disgrace. All when God are open with eye. All when God are open with eye, they say, look, I'm showing both of them up at the same time. When you still couldn't say, God, me no want to see me love my one MP, me love my one Marky G. You stupid idiots. They're millionaires, billionaires. They couldn't give a toss about you. Christian country, they call us. But we can arrange song and dance before we even arrange prayer. Look at us. And then these are the same people that will want to quote morals to you. You know, that sponge ball which you can throw up to the wall that bounce back at you. That same bullshit they're talking about called moral. Where is it? Where is the moral that you're all talking about? Because on a light through the skin on a teeth to protect bullshit. On a sell on a cell phone, on a soul to protect on a wicked, corrupt, thieving, lying, misogynistic politicians. Then you're all talking about morals. Why does he behave like that? Why is he so nasty? My mouth never cut for talk decently. Me don't know how to talk decent. Decents are coward. Anybody out there say, oh, I'm decent, you're a fucking coward. Hmm? Those who you see claim the thing, moral and decency. Why is he so disrespectful? Because I'm a rebel, you idiot. I'm not a conformist, you fool. Conformists speak like people like Donna Gowe, who conform to what people wants to hear and not rather what they believe or think. I'm not that. Not a conformist. Not conform to nobody and them bullshit. Me want to shout out in the wilderness and make it open idiotnize them in the wilderness. But me did tell them, say, Andrew Holness and them lot of come for no land. Me tell them in a burial, so them are going to come back and them are going to come back dangerous. Look at what they've done to Southwest St. Elizabeth and Black River. The same place where them are planning to build in city. The same place where America tell we say they can create category 5 oranachos and all of that. What if we want to say it's a man-made or Gleaner? Me not think of that question that you have to ask. Me say the Gleaner ask a question. Act of God or nature in relation to Hurricane Melissa. Gleaner, that's a backward way of asking a question, in it. Act of God or nature. If it's an act of God, it's nature. If it's nature, it's an act of God. Wouldn't you see it like that? Or would you want to ask the question, man-made or act of God? Or you ask a 3-part question. Man-made, act of God, or nature? I don't say you the one rather ask it. Because act of God is nature. And nature is act of God. Isn't that your understanding, Gleaner editorial? Maybe me fool. That's why I say I don't know how Gleaner get to ask the question that way. It should be man-made or act of God, or man-made or nature. But to have asked a question, Gleaner editorial, and editorial mean that you are the top brass of the printer, you decide what goes out to the public. And you're asking such a question, act of God or nature, aren't they one of the same? Or is it a deliberate way of confusing the readers? Just asking, Gleaner, because sometimes, sometimes dunceness is the more popular thing amongst us. Dunceness, sometimes, as we know, the Prime Minister promotes fully dunceness, can be one of the most popular thing amongst us. But in closing this morning, may I beg Donna Gowe and our audience them to go pick up a book and read. If you're hosting a panel, you have a duty to host it from an informed position, not from a position of labor rights created narrative, only to support and protect a corrupt, cruel, and crooked Prime Minister. Thank you all very much for being here with us this morning on our rant right here on Global TV. Please do join us back this evening for the people's point of view. I wonder what them are going to tell we a press conference today. Andrew Holness, morning. What do you mean when you say you are not afraid of criticism, but when I respond, they are afraid of me or have to be afraid of me? Somewhere on the sort around one of those way you said it. What does that mean? Prime Minister, you can shoot me, no? I mean, I'm not bothered. Me telling you all the while, if you use more than one bullet at me, Prime Minister, barring that me mouth now go shit. If you or your people use more than one bullet at me. You're not straight shooters. You're wasting bullets. Because it's the only way, Andrew Holness, you're going to shut me up. And I know we say you have a vested interest in shutting us down. You show us a lot in COVID, where it's all going. But just let me remind you, if you think you were being scrutinized when it comes to your statutory declaration, all people in a business with your 28 bank account, all people in a business with your 27 year of stealing since you're in a politics, Prime Minister, everybody I watch you now when it come to the generator and the insurance money them and the whole heap of support we're coming at the country, Prime Minister. Me not think you understand how Jamaicans are watching you. You've never been watched so closely before. But before I go, I want to say, Prime Minister, put down the match. Put down the match. If you keep striking that match, it's a recipe for disaster. There is petrol all over the floor. Thank you and goodbye.
Oh, thy peace, God of my salvation, because the mouth of the sinful and wicked is open. Rastafari. Come with I. Rastaman throw one stone and it break a bad feeling to all wicked men. That's a people there. Make him man throw one stone and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Only when man like Marcus Garvey speak, wicked men would I hear. Hear now hear. Instead of that they only sit aside and rub and cheat and not first and for make up what I seen to. Make him a throw and stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a plan. Make him a throw and stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. So, my favorite man, if Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the day them can sell out Rasta and sell it out. I sell out Babylon. They give man show and stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. They give man show and stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. If Rasta make a progressive move, wicked men are red. How they want to see the dead and can sell out Rasta and sell out. I sell out Babylon. Just stop on the Friday. You might go and stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what a black thing, man, go and stone and they bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. You have eyes to see, let them see. You have ears to hear, let them hear. What a prophet must say. President Mandela was in prison for 20 odd years. And he lived the press event. Stone one, bring him and Joe and Stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Oh, what's a black, bring him and Joe and Stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men. Rastaman Joe and Stone, and it bring a bad feeling to all wicked men.
If you don't like missing out on the latest shows but still enjoy classic hits, then Global TV Group 358 is your perfect match. Global TV Group 358 isn't just another channel, it's your ultimate TV experience. From breaking news to binge-worthy dramas and timeless classics, we've got it all. Our unique blend of original content and global favorites means there's something for everyone. And guess what? With GTVG's seamless streaming, you can watch anywhere, anytime. Plus, our interactive features let you be part of the action. So, whether you're a seasoned binge watcher or a casual viewer, Global TV Group 358 is here to keep you entertained day and night. Don't just watch TV, experience it with Global TV Group 358. Subscribe now and never miss a moment.